What is up, Fin fans? So today I was going to release and make my 53-man roster prediction video, but I was working, and then by the time I got out, everything started happening. Just things, everything's things and everything and everything. You can tell by the title of this, I'm going to give you a Clowney update. It kind of pissed me off. So I'll let you know when we get there, because that'll probably be towards the end of the video. Two trades. We made two trades today. There's some other news coming out. A ton of cuts. Now, let me just give you guys a heads up. I'm not going to be talking about the cuts until tomorrow. I want all the cuts to happen, and then in tomorrow's video, I will break down the cuts. Who made the team, who didn't make the team, all that jazz. So let's talk about the two trades that happened. The Miami Dolphins trade a 2020 7th round pick to the Minnesota Vikings to pick up guard Danny Isadera. He was a 5th rounder in 2017. This guy has really good run blocking ability, really good swinging out. You know, if we need him to pull, all that stuff. Great guard in the aspect of the run blocking ability. Struggles with pass blocking. He struggles with getting swam on or swimmed on, or however you say it. Defensive ends can do really good swim moves, especially the tackles. Bad at pass blocking, really great at run blocking. Now, is this something that he can learn? He's only in the league for 2 years. Is this something that he can learn, build off of, get better? He's not going to be an initial starter. He's not going to jump right into the starter position. We already know what our starting offensive line looks like at Tunsil, Dierder, Kilgore, Calhoun, and Jesse Davis. That's our starting offensive line. Tunsil's not going anywhere, and I'll talk about that literally when I get to the whole Clowney situation. But we did trade a 7th round pick for the guard Danny to the Minnesota Vikings. The way I see this is the Dolphins have 12 picks, right? Maybe potentially 13. Again, we'll get to that in a second. You're not going to sign all 12. All 12 of your picks, especially the 2 7s and the 2 6s that we have, you're not going to. You're going to use those to trade up, or you're going to use those to trade to get players, and that's what we're doing. So I love that move. You know, we take a 5th round pick from 2017. We'll give you a 7th. We'll take them off your hands. We'll see if we can turn them into something great. So they do that. They trade with the Minnesota Vikings. Then they swap picks. They swap 7s. Well, it's a conditional, but I'm hearing it's a 7th round pick. They just swap the pick, so we don't lose the pick with the Colts. And we pick up guard/center Evan Boehm, Boehm. I think it's Boehm. Evan Bowen. He played with Googly Eyes, Dave Guglielm, whatever you want to say. Played with him, so he obviously knows the type of player he has. And then with the second team, it takes Chris Reed and bounces him back out to guard where he's played better, and this guy will be our new center. So we made those two trades. Then there's the Kiko Alonso situation. Now, we all knew something was going on with Kiko. There was the word on the grapevine that Kenny Stills, Kiko, like McMillan, there was a bunch of names that were out there that were potentially trade bait. And Kiko Alonso, I found out today, wanted to be traded middle of training camp. And all of a sudden he got injured, and all of a sudden his injury was holding him out for most of the training camp. And I'm hearing he wanted to be traded. So the Dolphins right now are shopping him. The Dolphins are trying to get a trade for him. And one potential landing spot, Oakland Raiders. They just cut Marshall, their linebacker. Maybe Kiko can get sent to the Oakland Raiders. Now, if we trade Kiko, the hardest thing about trading Kiko right now, and the reason why it hasn't happened yet, is because of his contract. $6.5 million this year. If we trade him, they take all $6.5 million. We save about $4 million in cap savings. The way I see it, and I honestly think the Dolphins might do this, it's kind of the same situation with Ryan Tannehill. We saved about $33 million, but we paid about $4 million of his contract with the Tennessee Titans, so we still saved $29 million. I think with Robert Quinn too, when we traded him to the Cowboys, it was the same situation. We paid a little bit of the money just to get a higher draft pick. I can see them doing that with Kiko. You know, the $4 million that we'll save, we'll pay it. We'll pay the $4 million, because we have $29 million in cap space right now. We'll pay that $4 million. Give us a higher pick, maybe 3rd round, 4th round. We'll pay you the $4 million. Give us that pick for next year, or give us a player that we need. Give us a potential, guard, center, whatever we need. Boundary corner, and we'll pay the $4 million. I can see them doing that, and I wouldn't hate it. So that's the news. There's some cuts that has happened. Butler was cut. Maboo, the defensive tackle, was cut. Like I said, there was a lot of cuts that happened. No running backs have been cut yet. I'm keeping my eye on that. But again, like I said, tomorrow's video, you will be getting the full cut list. You get my full reaction to the 53-man roster cut list and all that stuff tomorrow. So as for today, you're getting this video where, you know, we have the 2 trades going on. Kiko's out there, potentially going to be traded. If he does get traded, and I'm not super busy, I will make a video. I promise you that. I will make a video. But in the meantime, follow me on Twitter. It's not the end of the video, but follow me on Twitter because I'm able to retweet things more often, like I was doing all day, especially with the cuts and then all the stuff, and then the stuff that I'm hearing about Jadeveon Clowney. So let's talk about Jadeveon Clowney. This will be considered the comment of the day because a lot of you guys have been asking me about what I think about Tunsil for Clowney, and a lot of you guys have been on Twitter, on emails, on the comment section asking me, Clowney, what did you think if we sent Tunsil, and what if we got a first? What if we got a first and a second? What if we got 2 firsts? What if they gave us the moon? Would you do it? Would you do it? Would you do it? Let's talk about some things. Let's talk about some revelations that came into play. This was tweeted out literally, it's now 5:21. This was tweeted out at 4:52 from Aaron Wilson. One league source informed of Jadeveon Clowney's thinking reiterated that he remains adamant he doesn't want to play for the Miami Dolphins regardless of the trade discussion between the Texans and the Dolphins. From jump, Jadeveon Clowney wanted to go to a contender, wanted to go to someone that he thinks is going to be in the playoffs, no doubt, 100%. The Houston Texans want to make a trade with the Miami Dolphins. So the Houston Texans are like, go talk to the Dolphins. They want you. They will trade with you. We'll go talk to the Dolphins. He said, fine, I'll go talk to the Dolphins. Talked to the Dolphins, had a great time. Still doesn't want to come here. I am done listening to potential trade offers. I'm done listening to hypothetical trade offers. Jadeveon Clowney doesn't want to be here. I don't want him here because all he's going to do, if it's a forced trade, which it's never going to happen because he has to sign his tender before he can be traded, but if it's a forced trade, you know, no one else wants you, Jadeveon. The Dolphins want you. Fine, signs the tender, comes here. You think he's going to give it his all? You think he's going to play for us? Do you think he's going to want to win with us? No, he's going to make his money. He's going to steal $15 million from us. Then next offseason, he will go and he'll play for another team, and we'll get a 3rd round compensation. Cool, 3rd round compensation for a wasted year and $15 million down the drain. No, and we are not trading Laremy Tunsil. I will reiterate that one more time. We are not trading Laremy Tunsil. And to think that we could potentially trade Laremy Tunsil because of whatever reason you want to think, it makes no sense. You know how hard it is to find a left tackle. You know the gamble you would play. Houston Texans are going to give us Jadeveon Clowney and 2 first-round picks, and we're going to send them Laremy Tunsil. What are the possibilities that one of those 2, or one of the 3 first-round picks that we have now, 2 next year and the 1 after, let's say, is going to become a left tackle that's as good as Laremy Tunsil? Laremy Tunsil fell to us because of a picture. He was a top 5 pick. We got him at 13. You do not trade that away. You don't. You pay him. Now, is he going to cost a good amount of money? Yes. Is he going to cost us $20 million, $25 million a year? Probably not. That's quarterback money. And then we still have the young quarterback. That's not going to cost us money. You build around these young players. You put the money in the players around him. We have Rosen for 3 years. He doesn't pan out. We got another young quarterback for 4 years, potentially 5. You pay Tunsil. It drives me nuts. So Jadeveon Clowney doesn't want to be here. I don't want him here anymore. I don't care. I don't care how dynamic he is. I don't care how good he is. Because I've watched Travis Wingfield break it down. And the dude's dynamic. The dude's disruptive. The dude can do a lot of things for the Miami Dolphins. But if he doesn't want to, I don't want him here. I don't want him here at all. Now, I have a source that sent me an email telling me the situation that happened with the whole Dolphins-Clowney situation. So essentially, the Miami Dolphins called Houston to discuss Clowney. Miami apparently is, bargain shopping. Going to send some players, try to get some players, if you haven't told from the 2 guys we traded for. Houston says, we want Tunsil. Dolphins say no. Houston says, we'll give you Tunsil, we'll give you Clowney and a 3rd for Tunsil. No. Then they say, what about a 1st? No. Essentially, the Miami Dolphins have the leverage, is what this source is telling me. The Miami Dolphins have a leverage that they Clowney doesn't want to come here, but you want something from us. Ain't happening. It just ain't happening. So make it sweeter. Apparently the Dolphins are also looking for a middle linebacker, and that's what they said to the Houston Texans. We're looking for a middle linebacker. We have Aguavin who plays outside. We have Baker who plays outside. We're looking for that middle. Now, is this the source that's telling me, is that pushing towards McMillan maybe not being there? I don't know. I like McMillan. I think McMillan can play. He's a good run stopper. When it comes to pass coverage, he's a little slow. But these are the things that are happening today. Now, the other thing that's happening, the last thing I want to talk about, because now I'm officially done with Jadeveon Clowney. You don't want to be here, I don't want you to be here, and I'm done. We're not going to trade for him. The trade's not going to happen. I don't want the trade to happen anymore. Because if you don't want to play for us, I don't want you to play for us. It's just, why force him to come here to steal $15 million from us? Because he's not going to be here next year. I'm done. Send him to Houston, send him to Eagles, send him to Seattle, send him to the Jets. I don't even care. Goodbye. I'm done. A lot of people are going to get cut today. A lot of people are going to get cut tomorrow. Like Shane Ray got cut. I know one of you guys was asking me, should we go after Shane Ray? Should we go after Shane Ray? Shane Ray is the same type of player that Aguavin, Baker, and Ginkle is. So to bring him in, it's kind of like a waste. But there's going to be a lot of cuts. There's going to be a lot of veterans that are cut. So just ask yourself this, because this is what I'm asking myself, because I'm also like, let's build this team up with young guys. Under the age of 28 is what we're looking for. Let's build it up with some young guys. Do they fit the scheme? And do they want to play for us? Those are the two things you need to ask. Look at the defensive scheme we're running with that speed, with the able to play multiple positions, all that stuff, especially on offense. Offense, all we need is offensive linemen and maybe a tight end. Other than that, we're fine. We're fine. Think about that when you see the people who are cut, and also see if they want to play for the Dolphins. So just think of those things. But other than that, like I said, be sure to follow me on Twitter, guys. Today and tomorrow, things are going to be happening. I'm going to be retweeting. I'm doing all that stuff, so be sure to follow me on Twitter. If Kiko Alonso does end up getting traded, I will make a video about it today. If something happens with Clowney, if Clowney gets traded but it's not to the Dolphins, I'm not making a video on it because I don't care about him anymore. But if it does happen that he comes to the Dolphins, I'll make a video about it, and then I'll be very upset because we just wasted $15 million on a guy who doesn't want to play for us. Be sure to follow me on Twitter. Also, be sure to check out the Bit Boys. I know you guys want more Madden on there. It will happen. I'm going to be recording more Madden. I'll put more Madden on there. We're going to be putting more games on there. We are kind of doing, we're building up on new games. So it's a little slow, but games will be coming out quicker on the Bit Boys. I promise you that. So be sure to go over there. If you like video games or a sense of humor, hit that subscribe button. Thumbs up, guys. Give this video a thumbs up. We're making moves. We picked up 2 offensive line. The trades and the 2 people we picked up were offensive linemen. Dolphins know what's going on with the Dolphins right now. I get it because it's themselves. But be sure to give this video a thumbs up. Not only that, because it's Labor Day weekend. Hope you guys are having a great Labor Day weekend. 8 days. 8 more days and we get Dolphins football against the Baltimore Ravens. We're going to win it 1-0. It is what it is. If you don't like it, I'm sorry to break you the hard truth to you, but we're going to win the game. It is what it is. Give this video a thumbs up for that because the team is now rebuilding. The team is forming itself into what the future is going to be. Very excited. Give a thumbs up for that. Also give a thumbs up because you like this type of stuff. Be sure to check out DolphinsTalk.com. Great site, podcast, beat writers, YouTubers. Be sure to check it out. If you're watching from there, or if you're just a new person in general because you found this channel and you're a Dolphin fan or any type of fan, hit that subscribe button. I got a ton planned. Starting next week it starts the routine of my season week videos, fantasy football picks with my dad, pre-game breakdown, post-game. So you get a minimum of 4 videos a week from me. So be sure to hit that subscribe button. Other than that, like I said, if breaking news happens, you'll get a video from me. But if not, I'll see you guys tomorrow with my breakdown of the 53-man roster and who got cut. Like usual, stay classy. Fins up.